This is Wallflower number 5 of 33 cats recovered from a hoarder where they lived in unsanitary conditions before starting life over at Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. She's 10 years old and is the biggest sweet potato, so we named her Yammy. On day 1, she was terrified but curious, explored overnight, trying every bed and hiding spot, finally settling in the cat tree cube at eye level. Sadly, she demonstrated severe fear-driven body language and trembled when you came in the room. We started scent swapping with our slippers and PJs and our resident cat Oreo's blankets. At least she was so happy to be out of a cage she played soccer and rolled around all night for the first few days. Still, if you got within 3 or 4 feet of her or moved too quickly, she'd hiss and sometimes lunge at you. I spent a few minutes with her several times a day, just sitting very still on a chair and talking softly. I moved the chair a few inches closer every day. Over the first week, she became more comfortable with my closeness, even dozing off. We confirmed she was grooming and regularly engaging in self-play. She started to wait by the door after I visited. By day 9, Yammy was comfortable eating a few feet away from me, but still scared of Dennis. We noticed she was camping at the door more often. By day 10, I was making progress with hand conditioning. Moving very slowly, I was able to get 2 or 3 fingers on the cat tree, and she remained alert but relaxed. Oh, and she's super cute falling asleep and likes to cover her eyes. She continued to play overnight. By the second week, though she was still in her safety cube, with some perseverance, I successfully engaged her with interactive play. Yammy was now more comfortable eating and walking on the floor with me in the room. She started coming down and sleeping on the chair where my scent was. We set up a baby gate and moved Yammy's food dishes a little closer to the door. Cat introductions started gradually. We worked up to a whole hand on the cat tree near her. She still looked at it suspiciously but was generally relaxed. We did see her playing at the gate by herself. Fortunately, Yammy is very food motivated, so bribes to come to us at the gate worked. I even got a hand in. Oreo came to see what was going on. Ever polite, he trilled and chirped and made non-threatening movements. Yammy came to the gate, but growled. Oreo did come back later, and it was a little better. At least she didn't run away and hide. But Oreo decided that was enough for now. I engaged her in some playtime at the gate for positive associations and an outlet for any tension from the encounter. I got the slow blink, which is like a hug from a cat saying, "I trust you." Big deal. After a while, she even started to forget herself for a moment while playing. By this time, she was loving her environment and enjoying birdwatching in the window. We were doing regular play sessions while I was just outside the gate and getting some light cardio in. The next day, I was shocked to find Yammy waiting at the gate. She stayed there while I made myself small and moved slowly. My hunch was correct that she just wanted food. We continued to inch her bowls closer to the gate. Oreo preferred to give her space and not go for treats near the challenge line. She did start getting more comfortable with Dennis. Later that night, we had a breakthrough with a long play session. She totally engaged her mojo, showed her belly. Wasn't so sure. I was so proud that she kept going. Eventually, she got shy and ran away, but didn't hide, just watched from afar. Still, great progress. When I left, I saw she was loafed by the gate. Impressively chill. But not quite there yet. She was still running from the gate if anyone walked by. By day 23, we had consistent daily interactive play. Day 25 was a big day. Yammy ate breakfast while Dennis was 3 feet away, inside the gate. She didn't run or growl when Oreo visited the gate. Oreo did give up, but still no animosity from Yammy. Later, Yammy ate dinner with the gate open a few feet from the challenge line. She came out while I was sitting there. Then she explored the guest room briefly. Yammy was getting more comfortable outside the gate with us close by, although we still couldn't make eye contact or make sudden moves without scaring her away. As long as we were out of line of sight, she seemed great. But ran to hide whenever humans came up. We were still trying to time meals so the cats would eat together with some space. And though Yammy came down, Oreo still didn't like the vibes. So of course she came out later and ate his food. Then there was the string incident. We were in our daily play session, playing with a string in the same way we play with all the other toys, when Yammy suddenly bolted down her tree and under the chair. She looked terrified. Something clearly triggered her. So I closed the gate and gave her some space. I went back later to check on her, trying to be as small as possible and make no direct eye contact. Moving very slowly, I gave her a peace offering of her favorite treat on a long martini spoon, which worked before and was great for a minute. Then she hissed at me. She even growled, which had never happened between us before. Totally petrified. She did accept the treat on a plate if I didn't get my hand near her. Ultimately, we reset her room to day 1, simplifying the room and closing the door. As I watched her over the cameras, in the wee hours, she patrolled her room, stared at the door, tried a few different sleeping spots because she no longer trusted her tree cube, then settled in a dome bed. Per the cameras, Yammy didn't blink for an hour before she finally fell asleep. The next day, Dennis found her on the chair instead of under, and she didn't run from him while he tidied the room. But she did bolt when he bumped a dangling toy. We soon learned she was now terrified of all her toys. Yammy spent most of the time hiding under the chair. She came out to eat once while I was at the door, but was very cautious and had her signature "I hate you" eyes. It didn't last long. She thought about retreating to the tree, but decided on the chair again. Somehow we had lost a lot of trust overnight. The next day she came out to eat while Dennis was in the room. He moved her chair forward a little and moved her food bowls to the back of the room. When I checked on her, she was still hiding under the chair at the wall, but was loafed and didn't growl. That night there was a horrific crash next door, and it really spooked her right when she was about to go into the dome bed. She went back to the chair. She kept checking the dome bed for the source of the crash, then was too scared of it. This kitty just cannot catch a break. Strangely, she didn't run away when I came in to check on her. Just sat there while I talked to her for a while in the dark. Eventually she moseyed, but did not run to the chair, which is surprising for a cat that skittish at that moment. We still have a lot of work to do, but we really care about Yammy and we're here for it.